Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vesh Parimata ki jai, Bule Baba ki jai. We'll go on with chapter 12 in Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of book 10. The Muni said, O king, the powerful Asura Mahisa, born of a she-buffalo, defeated all the Devas and became the lord of the whole universe. This indomitable demon seized forcibly all the rights of the Devas and began to enjoy the pleasures of the kingdom over the three worlds. The Devas, thus defeated, were expelled from their abodes in heaven. They took Brahma as their leader and went to the excellent regions where Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu resided, and informed them of all that had been done by that vicious Asura Mahisa. They said, O Deva, the Devas, the insolent Mahasura has become intolerable, and he has taken possession of the rights and properties of the whole host of the Devas, and he is now enjoying them. Both of you are quite capable to destroy the Asura, so why do you not devise means to annihilate him in no time? Hearing these pitiful words of the Devas, Bhagavan Vishnu became quite indignant. Lord Shiva, Brahma, and the other Devas all were inflamed also with anger. O king, from the face of the angry Vishnu emanated an unusual fire, brilliant like thousands of suns. Then by animated fires also from the bodies of all the Devas, who were filled then with such anger. From the mass of fire thus emanated, there came out a beautiful female figure. The face of this figure was formed out of the fire that emanated from the body of Shiva. Her hair is formed out of the fire that emanated from Vishnu. O king, from the fire of the moon came out 2 breasts. From the fire of Indra came out her middle portion. From the fire of Varuna appeared her loins and thighs. From the fire of earth, her hips were formed. From the fire of Brahma, her feet were formed. The sun, her toes. From the fire of Vasus, her fingers were formed. From Kubera's fire, her nose came out. From the excellent Tejas of Prajapati, teeth. From the fire of Agni, her 3 eyes. From the fire of twilight, her eyebrows. And from the fire of Vayu, her ears appeared. O Lord of men, thus Bhagavati Mahesur Mardini was born of the Tejas, the fiery substance of the Devas. Next, Shiva gave her his Sula, his weapon spear. Vishnu gave her Sudarsana, the chakra. Varuna gave his conch shell. Fire gave Shakti, a weapon. Vayu gave her bows and arrows. Indra gave her thunderbolt and the bell of the elephants, Arabhata. Yama gave her the destruction staff, the Kaladanda. Brahma gave her Rudraksha, rosary, and Kamandalu. The sun gave her in every pore the powerful rays. Time gave her sharp axe and shield. The ocean gave her beautiful necklace and new clothes. Visakama gladly gave her the crown, earrings, tinklets, and the Himalayas gave her the lion, her vehicle, and various gems and jewels. Kubera, the lord of wealth, gave her the cup that she drank from, and Bhagavan Anantadeva gave her a necklace of snakes. Thus the world mother, the Devi, became honored by all the Devas. The Devas, very much oppressed by Mahesura, then chanted various hymns of praise to the world mother, Maheshwari Mahadevi. Hearing their stotras, the Devi, worshipped by the Devas, shouted aloud the war cry. O king, Mahasura, startled at this war cry, came to Bhagavati with all his army corps. Then that great Asura Mahisa hurled various weapons in the air and overcast the sky with them and began to fight with great skill. The several generals, Kiksura, Durdara, Duramukha, Vaskala, Tamraka, Vidalaska, and others innumerable generals, as if death incarnate accompanied Mahisa, the chief of the demons. A fierce fight was ensued. Then the Devi, who enchants all the beings, became red-eyed with anger and began to kill generals and demon of the demon party. When the generals were killed one by one, Mahesur, skilled in the science of magic, came up quickly in front of the Devi. The lord of the demons then, by his magic power, began to assume various forms. Bhagavati, too, began to destroy those forms. Then the demon, the crusher of the devas, assumed the form of the buffalo and began to fight. The Devi then fastened the animal, the asura, the death of the devas, tightly and cut off his head by her axe. The remainder of the forces then fled away in terror and disorder with loud cry. The Devas became very glad and began to chant hymns to the Devi. O king, thus the Lakshmi Devi appeared to kill Mahesur. Now I will describe how Saraswati appeared. Listen. Once on a time, two very powerful demons, Shumba and Nishumba, were born. They attacked the Devas, oppressed them, and seized their houses and rights. The Devas became dispossessed of their kingdom and went to the Himalayas and offered stotas to the Devi with greatest devotion. O Devi, O thou skilled in removing the difficulties of the bhaktas, victory to thee, O thou the sinless one. Old age and death cannot conquer thee. O thou, death incarnate to the demons, O Devi, O thou of mighty valor and prowess, O thou, the embodiment of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, unbounded as thy might, thou canst be easily reached by the power of devotion. O thou, the creator, preserver, and destroyer, O Madhavi, O thou, the giver of bliss, thou dancest with great joy at the time of the dissolution of all things. O thou, full of mercy, O Devi Devasi, be gracious unto us, O thou, the remover of the sufferings of the refugees. We come under thy protection. The terror of Sumba and Nishumba is like an endless ocean unto us. Save us from their fast clutches, O Devi. Save us. When the Devis praised thus the daughter of the Himalayas, Bhagavati became pleased and asked, what is the matter? In the meanwhile, there emitted from the physical sheath of the Devi another Devi, Kasiki, who gladly spoke to the Devis. O Suryas, I am pleased with thy stota. Now ask the boon that you desire. The Devi then asked for the following boon. O Devi, the two famous demons, Shumba and Nishumba, have attacked forcibly the three worlds. The wicked lord of the demons, Shumba, has overcome us by the power of his arms and is now tormenting us without any break. Kindly devise some means to kill him. The Devi said, O Devas, be patient. I will kill those two demons, Shumba and Nishumba, and thus remove the thorn on your way. It is at an early date I will do good to you. Thus saying to Indra and the other Devas, the merciful Devi disappeared at once before their eyes. The Devas, with their hearts delighted, went to their beautiful Sumeru mountain and dwelt there in the caves thereof. Here the servants of Shumba and Nishumba, Chanda and Munda, while they were making their circus, saw the lovely and exquisite Devi, the enchantress of the world, and came back to their king, Shumba, and said, O destroyer of enemies, O giver of honor, O king, you are the lord of all the demons and are fit to enjoy all the gems and jewels. Today we have seen an extraordinary, beautiful woman jewel. She is fit to be enjoyed by you. So now you would better bring that perfectly beautiful woman and enjoy her. No such enchanting woman can be seen amongst the Asuras, women, the Naga women, the Gandharva women, the Danavis, or men. Hearing thus the words of the servant Suma, the tormentor of the foes, sent a demon named Sugriva as the messenger to her. The messenger went to the Devi as early as possible and spoke to her all that Sumba had told her. O Devi, the Asura Sumba is now the conqueror of the three worlds and respected by the Devas. O Devi, he is now enjoying all the best, the gems and jewels. O Devi, I am his messenger and have been sent here to convey to you his message as follows. O Devi, I am the sole enjoyer of the jewels, O beautiful-eyed. You are a gem, so you would worship me. O fair one, all the gems and jewels that are in the Deva Loka, in the demon Loka, or amongst the regions of men are under my control, so you would lovingly worship me. The Devi said, O messenger, true that you are speaking for your king, but I made a promise before. How can I act against it, O messenger? Hear what I promised. Whoever in the three worlds will conquer me by sheer force and thus crush my vanity, whoever will be as strong as myself, he can enjoy me. So the king of the demons can prove my promise true, and by sheer force can marry me. What is there with him that he cannot do? So messenger, go back and tell your master all that I have said. Hearing thus the words of the Devi, the messenger went back to Shumba and informed him everything regarding the Devi's saying. The very powerful lord of the demons, Shumba, became very angry at this unpleasant words of the messenger and commanded the demon named Dhumraksa, listen to my words with great attention. Go and catch hold of that wicked woman by her hairs and bring her to me. Go quickly, do not delay. Thus commanded the very powerful and the best of the demons, warriors Dhumraksa, went at once to the Devi with 60,000 demons and cried aloud to her, O auspicious one, you would better worship quickly our Lord Shumba, who is very powerful and mighty. You will then acquire all sorts of pleasures, else I will hold you by your hair and take you to the Lord of the demons. Thus addressed by Dhumraksa, the enemy of the Devas, the Devi said, O powerful one, O demon, what you have spoken is perfectly right, but tell me first what you or your king Suma can do to me. When the Devi said this, the demon rushed at her at once with arms and weapons. With one loud noise, Maheshwari burned him immediately to ashes, O king. The other forces were partly crushed by the lion, the vehicle of the Devi, and partly fled away in disorder to all the quarters. Some became senseless out of fear. Sumba, the lord of the demons, became very angry to hear thus. His face assumed a terrible form with eyebrows contracted. Then he became impatient with anger and sent in order Chanda, Munda, and Ratabija. The three powerful demons went to the battle and tried their might to capture the Devi. The Devi, a violent poweress, seeing that these three demons were coming to her, killed them by her trident and laid them prostrate on the ground. Hearing their death was with all their army, Shumba and Nishumba came in their own persons arrogantly to the battlefield. Shumba and Nishumba fought for a time with the Devi's terrible fight and became tired when the Devi killed them outright. When the Bhagavati, who is all this world, killed Sumba and Nishumba, the Devas began to praise Bhagavati, the supreme mother of Bhak, the word incarnate. O king, thus I have spoken to you in the order of manner in which the beautiful Kali, Mahalakshmi, and Saraswati incarnated themselves on the earth. That supreme Devi, the Devi Parameshwari, thus creates, preserves, and destroys the universe. You better take refuge of that highly adored Devi that causes the distinction and the delusion of this universe. Then only you will attain success. Narayana said, the king, Saratha, hearing these beautiful words of the Muni, took refuge of the Devi that yields all desired objects. He built an earthen image of the Devi and was concentrated attention, thought wholly of the Devi, and began to worship her with devotion. When the worship was over, he offered sacrifice of the blood of his own body to the Devi. Then the World Mother, the deity of the Devas, became pleased and appeared before him and asked him, accept the boon that you desire. When the Devi said this, the king asked from the Maheshwari that excellent knowledge whereby the ignorance is destroyed, and as well the kingdom free from any dangers of difficulties. The Devi said, O king, by my boon you will get your fullest kingdom in this very birth, as well as the jnanam that removes ignorance. O king, I will tell you also what you will be in the next birth. Here in your next birth, you will be the son of the sun, and the famous as Sarbani Manu. By my boon, you will be the lord of the Manvantara, become very powerful, and you will get many sons. Thus granting him this boon, the Devi had disappeared. By the grace of the Devi, Saratha became the lord of the Manvantara. O Sadhu, thus I have described to you the birth and deeds of Sarbani. He who hears or reads this anecdote with devotion will be favorite of the Devi. Here ends the 12th chapter of the 10th book on the anecdote of Sarbani Manu in the Mahapuranam, Srimad Devi Bhagavatam of 18,000 verses by Maharishi Veda Vyasa. Jai Mahamaya ki jai, Vishveshwari Mata ki jai, Bole Baba ki jai.